Hey, good people. I know it's late in the day. This hasn't been a great day. I lost my uncle this morning, and I am so heartbroken and devastated, and I'm having my moments. But I still wanted to come on here because I had a word, and I know that he would want us to keep going. He would want us to, you know, have your moments, but continue. So my message is about focusing. And I'm reading this book, and I promise you I haven't even given it the attention that I need to, but I'm in a book club, and this is the book we're reading. It's called The One Thing, and it's basically a book about focus, telling you to focus on the one thing. And he talked about his business, and he said that initially he asked his team to focus on three things for the week to see if they could get those three things done, and they couldn't do it or they didn't do it. And then he said, okay, how about two things? Can we, just give me two priorities that will make your job easier, that will get, things accomplished, that will get us to the results that we need? And that didn't work either. And so he said, well, how about one thing? Just focus on one thing. And he said that seemed to work. And I think he had a team of 14 people at the time. And so it was the one thing. And he really believes that multitasking is not a good thing. And I know many of us who think that we are rocking because we're multitasking. And he says, his opinion is when you do that, you're doing a whole bunch of things bad. I know personally when I multitask too many things, because I've tried to juggle 3 and 4 and 5 things at the same time, and I do drop the ball a lot. There are times where my tea kettle is going off for like minutes at a time. There are times, it's just, we're not superhuman. Some things take a different type of focus. So sometimes you just have to hone in on the one thing, finish a thing, and move on. I think men are better at that because women seem to be more multitaskers. But I think that we feel like we have so much on our plates, we have no choice. We don't have the time to do one thing and one thing and one thing. Like, there's no time. If you have 3 kids, you can't tell the other 2 kids, y'all just got to sit down for a couple hours. I got to focus on the one, and then if you got the 3 kids, you still got to make dinner. You still got all this stuff you got to do, pack their lunches, make sure they're all doing their homework, get yourself together. You may have paperwork or finishing work or whatever it is that you do. There's not enough hours in the day, we feel. However, I do feel like there is a place for focus. And it's something that I have lacked probably my entire life. I've always had an overbooking of time. I've always had many tasks, many things to do. Ever since I started college, I was super busy. And I don't know why or how that even began. I remember starting out even freshman year with that academic calendar that you wrote in. And I used to pencil stuff because it changed daily, my schedule, and it was so long. I would have to get up early just to start my day with all, classes and work and the internships and, other things. If I had to go food shopping or, well, not freshman year because we ate in the dorm, but, whatever the activities was. And then, it just went on throughout my life. It never stopped. And I just started to slow down maybe a year ago because I realized, one, I'm running myself down, and 2, you're not getting it all done well. And I noticed that. I analyzed that about myself, that some things just got done, but not well. Or I found that there were pockets of time that I was busy, but not productive. And so for that, I could have rested, or I could have fell back and just took time to plan and strategize or get it together. I could have used that block of time differently. And as I noticed that, then I stopped trying to, chase things and just to say I checked off my to-do list, because not everything on the to-do list is important. Maybe some of those things shouldn't even be there. maybe not this week, maybe not this month, maybe not this year. So, there's certain things that we should focus on. But two things that I wanted to say, when periodically I have to monitor my grandbaby's TikTok account. And her viral video now has over 12 million views, and it has over 62,000 comments. So, of course, I haven't even seen half of them, but the ones that I read, and this has been, it's been over a month now, the number one comment that they've all said is, she understood the assignment. And I remember the first couple days I asked my daughter, like, what is that? Why does everybody keep saying that? She understood the assignment, or she understood the assignment and she gave extra credit. That was the number one comment. And then some people said something about she ate and didn't leave any crumbs or something like that. That was another. And I guess they were all like young people. And my daughter was like, well, it's like, like school. She understood the assignment. And so I took that as, and then, people had other comments about her focus and, her ability to remember all the steps and how really focused she was in getting them done and completing her performance. And so that, takes me there, that even at her age, she understood, what she was supposed to do, and she focused on that. When she was out there, that was all she was thinking about. It wasn't going in her mind about, like, she literally went to a birthday party right from there. Her mind wasn't focused on the party. Her mind wasn't focused on school the next day. Her mind wasn't on whatever things she needed to do that she didn't get to do. She wasn't thinking about her sister. She wasn't thinking about she was hungry. She wasn't whatever, that age thinks about. She wasn't thinking about all those other things. She was focused in the moment. She was focused on what she was supposed to do at that time. She gave that her full attention, her full presence. She showed up and she did the darn thing. And that's what we need to do. And so when I was reading in this book last night, the few minutes that I took to read it, there was a couple pages that talked about pilots and doctors, particularly surgeons, and how we expect no less than 100% focus from them. Because one mistake, one change could cost someone their lives. And I know for a fact that when I got on a plane, and this has not been the case prior to COVID, I remember specifically in 2019, like, the pilots are not there when you get on anymore. They used to be right there in the cockpit, and I used to stop and talk to them. And I used to be like, hey, y'all all right? Y'all had a good night's sleep? We good? Y'all good? And they would just laugh. But I would always check in with the pilot. Just make sure they good. Tell them good morning. How y'all doing? I'm rooting for you. Give them a good word. I would always give a little 1 second, 2 second pep talk to the pilots. But they're not even there. The last few times I've flown, it's empty. And I guess maybe they come on later when it's time to take off. I don't know. But anyway, and I also did that. I specifically remember when my ex-husband was having a knee surgery, I went to the doctor. I found him and I talked to him and I asked him how he was doing. I asked him if he got a good night's sleep. I asked him if his wife was good to him. I said, did y'all have an argument or anything? And he laughed and he said, everything is good. It's going to go well. And I was like, I'm just checking and everything. So the book says, like, with pilots and with surgeons, we expect nothing less than 100% of their focus. We don't take nothing less than that. We expect the world from them. When they're going into that surgery, we're not expecting them multitasking. They don't go in there with their soda. They don't go in there with their phone. Wait, hold on. Let me just check my email. Let me just see if I got a text. They not doing that. They are laser focused on what they have to do because they understand how serious and how it could cost someone their lives if anything happens. So they said if those professions can give us that, then why can't we, in whatever our professions are, give our work that same amount of focus and attention? Like, who are we? Just because I may be a marketing person, why can't I focus on the marketing? Like, why are we all living day to day, just hanging out at work, whether we're working from home or in the office, and we're not giving it our all because we're not focused? You know, we're getting up every time we turn around. We're talking to the coworkers. Every time that the notification comes that we got a new email. Now we're torn. Should we check it? Like if it's, not even if it's an email we're waiting for work, but if it just looks interesting, if it's from, the news that you subscribe to, if it's from the subscription that you get and you're like, oh, this is interesting, or if the subject just looks exciting, if it's just another opportunity to do something different and you're bored with what you're doing, any distraction just takes us in another direction, and we don't have the focus that we need to get where we need to go. And whether we're working for another employer or we're working for our own businesses, we owe that job our attention. And why can't we do it? We're so used to everything, social media, and it's not even always that. I mean, a lot of people are not allowed to go on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook on my desktop at all. It's rare. It's a rare, like maybe if I'm trying to post something on there, but I'm not sitting on there. But I still got my share of distractions, believe me. So it's just like, so I'm talking to me too, but we need to figure out how to be more productive. The other thing it talks about is and I'm not going to phrase it properly, but that there are certain pockets of thought processes. So they said, that's why we can walk and talk at the same time. So, if we're going for a walk, I can get on the phone and talk to somebody and all is well. I can do those things. So there are some things that go together. I can, a lot of times if somebody calls me, I'll go and I'll wash my dishes while I'm talking. I'll fold laundry while I'm talking, because those things are things that you don't have to concentrate. You've been doing them forever. They're very robotic kind of things. However, if I'm in the middle of creating emails, if I'm in the middle of maybe even designing a shirt, depending on the type of shirt, I may need to really think about it. And so there's certain things that require a certain amount of attention and a certain, type of thought process. So if you come off of it, so let's say I'm doing my finances and I'm in the process really of, I got a different app now for my accounting. And so now I had to backpedal months ago and I'm reconciling. So that's a whole different thought process because I got my bank statements out here, my credit card statement, and I'm trying to balance everything out. And I need to really think. I need peace. And so I put my phone in another room and I really got to, well, actually, I don't put my phone in the other room because I'm using my calculator. And so I'm trying to get all of that together. But let's say now somebody calls or whatever, and I decide to answer the phone, and now they have a different kind of question. They want to know something, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't. I can't figure it out because I have to switch my brain. I gotta think like what they want. So now I may have to look something up, go into my site, maybe look at my analytics or whatever it is that they're asking about, try to help them through their problem. And now it's going to take me a minute. I'm not going to hang up and go right back to what I'm doing. It takes a minute to transition back into that mindset. So I may have to get up and go walk around and do something else until I can ease back. And they said that we waste 28% of our workday from transitioning, from distractions, and trying to get your mindset back to the task at hand. So I would say that we may need to spend some time trying to figure this out, how to be more productive in our day. But part of it is focusing on one thing and trying to finish a task before you move on to the next thing. And I think we'd be a little bit more productive that way. I know I'm going to give it a try and see if that works. So I just wanted to put that out there. That really just resonated with me. You know, like, it doesn't matter what profession we're in. I don't care if we're dancing. You know, we deserve, our work deserves our attention. It deserves our focus. We need to give it our best at all times so we can have the best outcome, so we can have the best results. And then, you know, we can do the multitasking. When the surgery is over, when the book is written, when the books are reconciled, when the shirt's made, you know, when the order's filled, whatever the thing is, let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get to the other side. Let's get to the completion, and then we can do all those other things. You know, let's give it a good, you know, several hours in our day. Whatever it is, some people work 4 hours, some people work 8, some people work 12. Whatever your time frame is, be productive in it. And that's all I got, y'all. I gotta move on to the next one thing. So have a blessed day. God bless you all, and really love on your family today, y'all, because you don't know when the last time you're gonna get to tell them you love them. So tell them today. Have a blessed one.